We're back with Arthur Jones, one of the most interesting maverick men in America. Let me explain this man. He's one of the most controversial millionaires in America. After spending 12 years in Africa rounding up wild animals, he returned to America where he invented the Nautilus exercise equipment and became president of a multi-million-dollar empire. He's also an adventurer, an aviator, a collector of crocodiles. Here is a man who truly marches to his own drum. A Renaissance man with a maverick twist, Arthur Jones, and a very beautiful woman, Terry Jones. You've all seen the Nautilus commercial, and of course, you are the, you're the woman in it, right?
That's me.
All right, let's talk about Arthur. Arthur, where are you from originally?
Well, I came from the same place that most other people do, but it occurred in Arkansas, if that's what you mean.
All right. How much education have you had?
I went to the 9th grade, through the 9th grade.
How many times have you been broke?
Who can count that high?
All right. Now, what led you to the idea, for example, how did you invent the Nautilus equipment?
Stanley, I've been interested in exercise for over 40 years. I started out training with barbells, quickly realized that at that time that was the only meaningful tool, but that the barbell left something to be desired. And a Nautilus machine is nothing more nor less than a logical barbell, a rational barbell, a thinking man's barbell.
Now, do you use the barbell yourself?
Do I train? Yes.
Yes, you do. All right. Can I ask you, how much is the, I know there are many variations of the equipment. How big an empire do you have?
We don't give any numbers. It's nobody's business.
All right. In Newsweek it said 300 million. Would that be a fair thing to say?
We don't give any numbers.
All right.
So why hand clubs to people to beat you with? Let them figure out where the market is.
All right. How many jet planes do you have?
Well, you'd asked me that question earlier today, I would have said 3, 4. As of the moment, 3. I sold one this afternoon.
Now, those were 707s.
I had 3 707s, and now I have 2, and a Cessna Citation smaller jet.
All right. Now, you have a farm in Ocala, Florida. How many elephants do you have on the farm?
About 90.
90 elephants.
Where do you keep yours?
I wish I could. Here's what you said about yourself. There are 3 things in life that count: younger women, faster planes, and bigger crocodiles. Is that basically true?
Basically.
Why?
What else is there?
Well, I can understand your fascination with women, obviously, but why are you so interested in reptiles?
Why did Hillary climb the mountain? Because it was there. I like animals. I particularly like crocodiles.
How would you describe your politics, Arthur?
About 64,000 miles to the right of Attila the Hun. Genghis Khan was a pinko, liberal, ultra-conservative commie simp. And that's giving him the benefit of the doubt.
All right, now
which he doesn't deserve.
Why were you attracted to this man?
Oh, gosh. I think I'm similar to him in a lot of ways. Even though I'm a lot younger, I'll probably grow up to be a female Arthur Jones.
All right, I think it's kind of a military secret how old Arthur is. I think he's about, they say he's about 60.
29 and many months.
All right, in other words, what is the age gap? Is there a 29-year age gap between both of you?
A little more than that.
Yesterday you asked Bo Derek the same damn thing, and you keep bragging about what a different show this is going to be, Stanley, so why ask the same damn question?
All right, you're right. Okay, let's ask some better questions. All right, okay, I'll ask a hard question. What is the relationship between, is this a father and daughter relationship? How would you describe it?
Oh, the father and daughter. It's a little bit that way because he teaches me a lot, and I like to learn, and I'm learning a lot from him. It's more a little like a protege, a young protege.
Can I ask, this is maybe an unfair question, is there sex between you?
Is there sex between us? Is it true, as I've heard all over Hollywood, that the reason your wife divorced you is because you can no longer get it up? Or is that just a savage rumor? Is there sex between us? You're damn right. She's my wife. What the hell else would I have her for, you know?
Well, is that really true? I mean, are you offended by that kind of characterization? Don't you feel embarrassed by that?
Would you like to have a sexual contest? I mean, we can get 10 or 12 starlets here and have a, you know...
Arthur, how many times have you been married?
5.
Are you a happy man?
Yes.
All right. What did your family think when you first? I don't know. What did your family think when you? You're also from Florida, right?
From Florida.
And when did you meet Arthur? What age were you at that time?
15.
All right. So Arthur was coming around. Now, how did this relationship unfold?
Well, it began when I met him when I was 15 through a mutual friend, and I was in beauty contests, and then I met him again when I was 17. He took me home on his jet, and then I started working for him.
Do you love this man?
Yes.
What do you love most about Arthur?
His honesty, his integrity, and the way he treats me.
All right. Well, you can see this is a most interesting man, Arthur Jones, and his lovely wife, Terry. You're going to have a chance to phone us at our number, which you have on the screen. We will take your questions, and we're going to show some videotape. You also have a production family down there in Florida, and you'll see it after this timeout. See it with the Joneses and your questions. All right, we're back with Arthur Jones, the very circumspect Arthur Jones, and Terry Jones. Now, you have a chance to ask your questions of one of the most electric men in America. You're on the air with Arthur and Terry Jones. What is your question, please?
Yes, I'd like to know about your original financing.
All right. What is your name, please?
Sharon Haley.
All right, Sherry. Your original financing for Nautilus. Tell us about it. How much money did you have when you started?
Zico, niente, nish, nada, zilch, goose egg, zip, none.
We had some money. Didn't your sister give you some money?
Well, I borrowed some. After a while, I borrowed $2,500 from my sister.
Right. Now, the Nautilus is configured on the basis of the Nautilus what? It's a nautical...
No, the name was obvious. The shape of the cam, which varies the resistance in a Nautilus machine, unavoidably had the cross-section, had a cross-section similar to the Nautilus shell, which is perhaps the most famous shape in nature. So the name was more or less natural byproduct.
Do you think you have a Nautilus body, Terry? That's the complaint among some people. There's something plastic about it. Do you think you have a Nautilus body?
Oh, definitely. Something plastic about someone working out?
Yeah, working out. In other words, doesn't the Nautilus body produce a kind of abnormal shape?
No, not at all. You're probably talking about the women bodybuilders with the muscles. No, that's abnormal.
That's a matter of being
having male hormones or taking male hormones, and I don't do that.
Which means they're a butch lesbian, and also taking male hormones and other stupidities. And
Speak
anybody
up,
dumb
Arthur.
enough to do that ought to have
Come on,
head
stand up
examined.
just a little bit. Now, what is it? This is such a crude thing to say, but gosh, you've kind of gotten us in the right direction here. How did you describe your wife's body? How did you do that, Arthur?
How did I do it?
Now, how did you describe your wife's body?
I think she has a fantastic body.
All right, well, we'll certainly accept that. You're on the air, please, with Terry and Arthur Jones. What is your question, please?
Hi, I'm from calling from Hamden, Connecticut.
All right, go ahead, please.
And I have a question for the woman.
Yes, go ahead, for Terry.
I was wondering what you first found about your husband. Were you first physically attracted to him, or was it more of a mental attraction?
I think it was more of a mental attraction. We spent a lot of time together. I was only 17 years old when I first met him, and we would drive around all day and talk and go out to dinner and talk, and I learned so much. In a week, I learned more than I thought I'd ever know in years. So I just think his knowledge sort of rubbed off on me, and so I think it was definitely more mental attraction.
All right. You're on the air with Arthur and Terry Jones. What is your question, please?
Hi, Sidney. I want to ask Mr. Jones if he believes in reincarnation.
All right. Good question. My name is Stanley, by the way. Here's Sidney. No, this is Arthur Jones. What is your question? I mean, what is your answer to that, reincarnation?
Well, Sidney, once around is enough. I hope not.
All right. A final question for Arthur and Terry Jones before the break. What is your question, please?
Yes, Arthur Jones. I would like to know why that none of the top bodybuilding champions are staying with the Nautilus in DeLand.
Did you hear that?
For example, the Mincer brothers or Viator.
Here's what we're going to do. We understand your question, and we'll have the answer after this timeout. We're talking to Arthur and Terry Jones, president of Nautilus. We'll begin again after this timeout. Arthur, phrase the question and give the answer.
The question was, I didn't catch the name of the caller, but the question referred to bodybuilders who have trained in DeLand, Florida, and left. And without going into any names, I will simply say that no bodybuilder has ever left DeLand, Florida of his own will. None of them quit. They were all fired.
Well, that wasn't the question. The question was that he said that many...
Why do they come there and leave?
No, he said
they
that
come there because they want to find out something, and when we do find out something, we fire them.
Why was he fired?
Various reasons.
Well, give us a reason. We want you said you raised the question. Well, why did you fire this man?
Use of drugs, theft, laziness, stupidity,
all right.
Incompetence.
Here's what we're going to do, Arthur. You have a production facility down there. You brought us a very compelling piece of videotape. You'll have a chance. Your mic is open, and you'll see this far-flung empire. It's not just Nautilus. It's a whole range of things, and you'll see it now, and you'll have a chance to, you and Terry, to talk about your empire. Now, this is what?
That's a Boeing 707-323-C.
Now, that's Terry.
That particular flight, we were coming back from California with 47,000 pounds of reptiles, which we were moving to our private farm there.
Now, Terry, that was you in the seat, right?
That's right.
Right.
And you're getting...
These are female-type girls of the opposite sex that came there for a Miss Nautilus contest.
Oh, boy. That's the reason we were in Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen, because of those women. Now, you can...
You mean you have
can
women
actually,
like this in Vietnam?
Well, we don't want... Well, not anymore, we don't. Or now, what is this? This is the contest...
This is a Miss Nautilus contest.
You sponsor this?
Yes.
Where was this? This was...
Well, this was a pilot television show that we made for a possible series to be aired on ESPN, one of your competitors, so I won't mention the name.
How much do you spend for television, Arthur, for television advertising?
Oh, in the last few weeks, we've been spending about $500,000 a week.
For heaven's sakes. And that was done, Terry, did you produce that in your
in our
production
own facilities,
facility?
right.
Now, you can fly a 747, or you're being checked out to
No,
fly?
not a 747. Those are
707.
707s.
I'm being trained right now.
She's being trained now.
And this is still, this is part
That's
of
one of our factories in Virginia where the machines are manufactured.
And this is Terry, of
That's
course.
Terry.
That's something. Were all of your wives attractive, Arthur?
Is it true, as I've heard about from several people here in Hollywood, that the reason your wife left you is because you can't get it up anymore? Or is that just a filthy rumor spread by the opposition?
They were attractive.
Certainly they were attractive.
They were all young, too. They married them.
Have you met these wives?
Well, now, young
yes.
is a relative term. These are albino cobras, by the way, doing the bad thing on television there. You see, you had sex on television and you didn't even realize it. But your people edited this, you see.
Now, animals
Now,
like...
how do you know what that tortoise is thinking?
Here's
Maybe
my
he's got
question.
evil thoughts.
Arthur, snakes have no human characteristics. Is that why you're
What do you
attracted...
mean they have no human characteristics?
Is that the reason you're attracted to snakes, because they have no human characteristics? Really?
Look at this.
One of the elephants that we brought back from Africa about 6 months ago.
Is that an African?
These are inside
Yes.
one of the airplanes. We had 63 elephants aboard the airplane at one time and brought them in directly to our farm from Africa.
Now, why did you do that? Why did you bring them back?
Because they are butchering thousands of elephants in Africa. And
That
don't
was
ask
the-
me why they're doing that, because they're stupid. That's why they're doing it.
This was the piece seen on 2020, a
Oh, that
portion
was
of it.
on 2020, yeah.
Geraldo Rivera did some of this. How many elephants still... Oh, now we're going to see a rhino. This is going to...
That is the daddy.
Yeah.
This is the mama, and you're looking at the actual birth of a baby white rhino
Isn't
that
that
was born on our farm in Ocala on the 13th of last month, December the 13th.
Is this history? I mean...
No, there have been other white rhinos born in captivity, but this was a first for us.
Do you feel more comfortable with animals or people, Arthur?
Well, I like animals, and I like some people. Do you like all people?
No, I do not.
Do you like your ex-wife?
I do very much, yeah.
Does she like you?
I think she called me
And
this
why
morning.
is she your ex-wife?
I'm going to handle the questions on this show. Okay, now what is this?
That's the baby rhino. It looks like, I don't know, but it looks like the mother was giving it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation there. I was not there. We were en route out here when the baby rhino was born, so I didn't actually see this. I didn't tape that.
How big a farm do you have in Florida?
About 600 acres.
And how many animals do you have?
On the farm, probably 2,000.
That's something. So you have the largest collection, obviously, of animals in... Well,
No, not the largest
No,
collection
of
in the
elephants,
world.
rather. No, in the United States.
We have the largest herd of elephants in captivity in the world. There probably are bigger herds in the wild in Africa, but there won't be much longer if they keep butchering them by the thousands.
What are your feed bills for these elephants?
We raise most of the food, and then we turn them loose at night and let them raid the neighbors' gardens.
Right. Now, I know you want to say interesting things that'll be provocative, but the truth is you do a lot of things for medical research, don't you? Don't you make speeches on behalf of medical research?
In addition to that, we donate millions of dollars a year to medical research.
In other words, I want people to get a balanced picture of you because you are doing things for people. You're on the air, please, with Arthur and Terry Jones, with this very interesting man. Your question, please. What is your question for Arthur or Terry?
My name is John. I'm from Los Angeles.
Yes, go ahead, please.
And first of all, I want to congratulate Arthur because I admire any self-made man. I don't care how they did it. And my question is really for Terry.
All right, go ahead.
Terry, what do you intend to do when, of course, as you get older, you hit 21, 22, whatever, and after has that incurable disease for younger women? Are you prepared for that eventuality?
Did you
Okay,
understand
I
the
didn't
question?
hear, no.
I guess the question would be, as you get older, do you think that Arthur might lose interest in you? I doubt it, seriously, but what is the answer to you?
Well, our joke the last few weeks has been his motto is younger women, faster airplanes, and bigger crocodiles, and he has about one of the fastest airplanes in the world. We just got the largest crocodile in the world, and I'm not getting any younger. So that's the biggest joke, is he's got 2 out of the 3. No, I don't think that, I'm not worried about that at all. He jokes about it so much that when he stops joking, I'll start worrying then.
I asked you if you loved him. Do you think Arthur loves you?
Yes,
I do,
think
too.
so.
All right. You're going to stay here. We're going to talk to someone now who's going to tell us about how to train animals. A very interesting Chuck Eisenman from Portland, Oregon.